All right, let's go ahead and create one, if not the most important page, which is the donor profile. I'm going to navigate to accounts. I'm going to click this gear icon and then edit object. And it's going to take us to the account object, not to the person account object. If this here says person account, you can go to object manager and then click account instead. You need to be on the account object. Let's navigate to Lightning record pages. We're going to ignore all of these, and then we're going to create a new one. Let's select record page, and then next. Name this nonprofit cloud account page. You can name it however you want. I'll select account, and next. I'll select header and one region. Feel free to select anything else. And on this page, it's also up to you how you want to customize things. It's a builder similar to a website builder if you've used any, where you see components to the left, fields, and then you can just drag things and put them in here. You almost always want to add a highlights panel because this panel has the buttons to control the record. And then I'm gonna also add a summary card just below it. And this is where you can add an image or a profile image here. And then I'm going to add a tabs section in this. And we're going to add a bunch of things in here. Let's start with the details. So I'm going to reorder these like this. And I want the details tab to be the default tab. So if someone opens this page, like this tabs section opens the details section. That's the first thing. So we've got details, we've got related. They are empty right now. We haven't added anything in here. I just want to name them first. So I've got details, and then let's rename this to, where's the custom? Custom, and I'll name this interactions. All of this is customizable, up to you. If any of this is not meaningful to your business, you don't have to add it, but I believe I'm adding the ones that are relevant to most businesses. Then I'm going to add another one that's chatter. We'll talk about each one of these in a second. Let's add giving summary. Let's also add related objects. It's custom, I just name it related objects. So these are the tabs that we need. Now let's actually start adding things in those tabs. For the details, I want to add a details component. This one has the list of fields for this record. Under interactions, we're going to add activities. This is where you can create a task related to this person or this account, a new event, send an email, log a call or a meeting. And let's also add interaction, account interactions. And let's add interaction summaries. So an interaction is when you meet with a constituent, and then a summary is the notes or what you discussed in that call. We'll talk more about these in much more detail later on. Under the chatter, the focus of this is just to setting up the page. Under chatter, we're gonna add chatter. I'll just add chatter, the first one. And this is where, similar to Slack or like a Facebook post, this is where you have a conversation about this particular record. Under giving summary, we're gonna add related record detail display. And let's name this donor giving summary. And let's select donor gift summary. And down here, this is where we can add groups. Let's name the first group this year. And this year. We're gonna select gifts this year amount. Let's also select current year gift count. Let's add these two. So we've got gifts this year amount and current gift year count. Let's add another group, and then that's gonna be last year. As you can tell, this is just the aggregate or the roll-up amount of giving or donation amounts and number of givings from this person. So it rolls up from other objects, the gift transactions. We'll talk more about it later on. But this is a way to have a high overview on this page, a centralized place where you see all the gifts from that person for the current year, for last year, for lifetime. So it's up to you which fields you want to add, which groups you want to add. I'll just add this year, last year, and lifetime. So let's look for last year, last year gift count, and I need last year amount. Is it maybe previous? Gifts last year amount. And then we have lifetime, and I'll select total gifts amount, and then I need gift count. I assume this is the one that's all time. I added this one by mistake. Let me get rid of it. So that's the giving summary section. And let's go to the related objects tab, and we're gonna add a bunch in here. We're gonna add a bunch in here. And all of these are going to be, I'm gonna search for the word single because I know that the related lists, we're gonna add related lists. Let's add a dynamic related list. And this one is gonna be gift transactions. These are all the donations from this person. And let's add another. And that's gift commitments. Gift commitments. And these are all the commitments from this person. Let's add another. And these are, let's do opportunities. And opportunities are mainly for large gifts, in case we need to go through cultivation first, and it might take time. So we create an opportunity for it first. It's only when we actually get a verbal commitment or a written commitment that we create a commitment. It's only when we actually get the donation that we create the gift transactions. So that's like the process. Let's do add campaign history, and that's gonna be a single related list. I'm not using a dynamic related list. It just the dynamic related list is more of an enhancement. It's new, so not every object supports the dynamic related list. That's the reason. If you add a dynamic related list and you search for the name of the object and it doesn't show up, just because most of the time it's just not supported, so you're gonna have to use a related list single. And I'm gonna need to add campaign history. And campaign history is campaign in Salesforce mostly refers to events, and this is just which events this person has attended. It says that it's not in the current page layout. We can address this in a minute, so we can leave this as is. Now let's add another related list, and that's the files. So if you want to add files, that are related to this constituent in particular, and let's also add a dynamic related list, and let's do business milestones, and let's add another. You see a bunch. Perhaps we should have split these into different tabs. Let's look for life events, person life events. And what else do we have? Now we have the relationship fields. Let's actually go create another tab, and let's name this connections. And I'm gonna move it. I always like the related objects to be the last thing. Let's go to the connections tab, add a, let's add related lists. And I'm gonna need account relationship. That's the first one. And then I'm gonna need contact relationship. Contact relationship. And we're gonna need related accounts, and we're gonna need related contacts. So this is everything for the page. I know we're getting this related list cannot be displayed. We will resolve this in the next recording. For now, let's save this page. And if you're saving this for the first time, it's gonna prompt you to activate. I can go ahead and activate. And it's gonna ask, do you want this to be org default? And that means that if someone opens it from the first application or the second application or any of the applications and navigate to an account record, is this the page that you want it to be displayed regardless of which app they open? Or do you want it to be specific to a particular app? And since we are mostly focused on the nonprofit cloud fundraising app that we created, and we don't want to overwrite the record pages for the other applications, I think this is the way to go. The third one is when you want to only specific people from specific departments. I don't know if we talked about profiles before, but a profile determines the level of permissions and the roles that are associated with every user. So you can have like a sales department and profile, and certain people are using that profile, and then some other people in the fundraising department, some other people in the program management department. And if you want this department to see a certain page and another department to see a different page where you add certain components or remove certain components, this is what you would use. I'm gonna go ahead with an app default, and I'll select nonprofit cloud fundraising. That's the name, right? Nonprofit cloud fundraising. Select next, save, and saved. Now let's go to an account page, refresh. Now that looks about right. We've got the details, we've got the interactions, we've got chatter, we got a given summary, we have connections, the two that had the alert that they are not part of the page layout are not showing up, and then the related objects in here. We're gonna go through these and fix that in another recording.